Hello everyone and welcome back everyone to Ronnie's Hockey Show. So this is our first video in a couple of days, but you know what? We're going to do a channel and my life update soon. I'm actually going to film it right after this one. So we're going to take a look at Free Agent Frenzy. Now this is actually going to be a two-part series. So this is the first part, and then the second part we'll make right after we do my channel plus life update. Logan Couture, 8 years, 8 years, $8 billion a year, and the money amounts that I have written down here, like the $8 million, all the money amounts I say are going to be how much they'll be making a year. Eddie Lack, 1 year, $650K. San Jose keeps Logan Couture. In New Jersey, Eddie Lack, 1 year, $650,000. I like this. I like the deals under $1 million for 1 year, but that usually goes to like goaltenders, and hey, it's a risk. It's a gamble. And then next we have Arizona, Nicholas Chalmerson, 2 years, $5 million. To me, this is way too much money. I mean, I would have liked to see maybe 3 or 3.5, but 5 is, in my opinion, is too much. Vegas, Ryan Reeves, 2 years, $2.775 million. I might share my thoughts. I maybe might not on a couple of these because I'm okay with a couple, but not all of them. Mike Green, 2 years, $5.37 million. Thomas Hickey, 4 years, $2.5 million a year. I like this signing. I think the price range is okay. I was thinking like $2 to $3 million would be kind of in the right price range, and $2.5 million, I love it. Matt Hendricks, 1 year, $750,000 with Minnesota. So why not? I like that. Jack Johnson, Pittsburgh, 5 years, $3.25 million a year. I'm not worried about the money amount. I'm worried about the extension or the deal on the term. I would have liked to see maybe 3, not 5. In my opinion. What was that? Oh, okay. I thought I heard something on the computer. But whatever. Paul Stastny, 3 years, $6.5 million. To me, it's a little too much. I mean, I think if you put like maybe 5 or 5.5, I would have liked that much better than the $6.5 million they're giving him. Anton Roussel, 4 years, $3 million. $3 million. $3 million is way too much money. I would have said like maybe 1 or 1.5, but that's it. Scott Wedgwood, 1 year, $650K. $650K. Why not? With Paul Stastny with Vegas, Anton Roussel with Vancouver, and Buffalo gets Scott Wedgwood. Detroit, Thomas Vanek, 1 year, $3 million. I think it's a good deal. I would have said maybe around the 2.5 to 3.5 range, but $3 million. I mean, I like Thomas Vanek. He played in the USHL, I think, if I remember correctly. I thought I heard something. Greg Pattern, 3 years, $2.25 million a year. I've heard from some people, like, he played with teams I don't really get to watch as much as I want to. Like, Dallas is one of them, Montreal another one, but Minnesota, Greg Pattern, 3 years, $2.25 million. We have Fox Sports North where the Minnesota Wild games are on, so now I might get to see how he plays hockey. But I've heard from a lot of people it's way too much cash. And I've looked at some videos with him. I agree, it's too much. Montreal, Xavier Ouellet, I think it's how you say it. 1 year, $700,000. Why not? Thomas Plekanec, 1 year, $2.25 million. Montreal gets them, and Montreal gets Xavier Ouellet as well. 1 year, $2.25 million. Plekanec is, what, 37, 36, 37, 38, somewhere. I think it's a little too much for an older player. I would have given him maybe just 2 or 1.25 or whatever. I would have given him like $500,000 to $1 million lower than what Montreal gave him. Chad Johnson, 1 year. St. Louis, Chad Johnson, 1 year, $1.75 million. Meh, I don't know about that one. Carolina, Peter Mrazek, 1 year, $1.5 million. I gotta tell you guys, the goaltending problems in Carolina is just, I feel bad for Carolina. I mean, they might move because of attendance issues, but I just don't want him to move. I mean, they have to have consistent goaltending. They traded away one of their best players in Jeff Skinner. And I mean, Peter Mrazek, I think, will be a good fit for Carolina. Buffalo, Carter Hutton, 3 year. Oh wait, excuse me, I skipped way down to the bottom. St. Louis, Tyler Bozak, 3 years, $5 million a year. I don't think Bozak is worth $5 million. I would have given him maybe 4 or 3.5, but 5, no. But obviously, I'm not the GM, so I'm just giving my opinion, okay, folks. And whether you like it or not. Let's see, where am I at now? Ian Cole, 3 years, $4.25 million a year. I do not think Ian Cole's worth $4.25 million. I would have given him maybe 3. 2.5 or $3 million a year. David Perron, 4 years, $4 million a year. I love this deal with St. Louis because he's going back to one of his former teams. I mean, I would have liked it more if Vegas would have kept him, but you know, obviously he was a free agent, so. Carter Hutton, 3 years, $2.75 million a year for Buffalo. I like this deal. I think it's a little low. I would have given him maybe 3, but who knows? He's a really good backup goaltender, in my opinion. So, one of the best backups in the league, in my opinion. So, who knows? This might be really good for Buffalo. Boston, John Moore, 5 years, $2.75 million a year. I think it's a little too much money. I would have given him maybe 2.5. I think it's just a teeny bit too much. Anton Khudobin, 2 years, $2.25 million. I like that. Jay Beagle, 4 years, $3 million a year with Vancouver. I keep forgetting to mention these teams. All right, John Moore to Boston. Just so you know, okay. Calgary, Derek Ryan, 3 years, $3.125 million a year. Matt Calvert, 3 years, $2.8 million a year for Colorado. Anaheim, Luke Shen, 1 year, $800,000. Dallas, Roman Polak, 1 year, $1.3 million. Calgary, James Neal, 5 years, $5.75 million. I like this deal. Again, I would have wished Vegas would have kept him because he was a key part in Vegas. And remember that one goal he scored in the Stanley Cup final, I believe? It was like game 1 or game 2, I think. But yeah. Joe Thornton, 1 year, $5 million. To me, I mean, he's still a good player. I would have given him maybe 3 or 4. I think it was a little too much cash. San Jose, Tomas Hertl, 4 years, $5.7 million. A year. I'm not sure about. Actually, I kind of like this contract. So this was part 1. Part 2 will release maybe sometime this next week. I'm not giving any promises. It's just bear with me. We'll see you guys all next time. Bye.